Hello, quilters. Today is Wednesday, January 29th, 2021, and it is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to do a live chat today. It's going to be for 1 hour, 7 to 8, and I have a lot of swap blocks that have come in, so that's what we're going to show today. So I'm just going to wait for some people to get in, and then I'm also going to pull this up on my cell phone. Just takes a minute to get everything working here. Let's see.
Experience, Missouri.
All right, had to skip the ads. Let's go into live chat. Got lots of comments here already. Goodness gracious. Ellen Campbell was in here at 6:39. Says hi, T and all quilting friends. I got my blocks all done and ready to ship, but was not able to ship them out. Learned today that my sister has stage 4 cancer. Now I'm thinking to stay focused. So hopefully she'll be back in 6:40, and then also at 6:41, because I don't want to miss my blessings by thinking, why me? Why not me? We're all in this world together. Stay blessed. Hopefully Ellen is be back later on too. So Beverly Simmons says, you're on too late for me, girl. Newfoundland, Canada. Sniff. Darcy says, hi to you and all quilters. I finally got my notifications to work. I've missed you all. Hi, Darcy. Welcome back. Don't know what was going on with that, so that's kind of weird. Vivian Calvi is here. Carla Ford says, hello to you and fellow quilters. Hope you all stay safe and are doing well. Carla saying to Ellen, sorry to hear about your sister diagnosis and prayers. And Ellen sent a $2 super chat. Thank you, Ellen. I'm hoping that she's back. It's 6:51, so she must still be here. So also sorry about what's going on with your sister. And I don't know if you had to travel to be with her or not, but if so, just take care of both of you all at this time, because I know you just had surgery as well. So be careful. Darcy says prayers for your sister. Tom Eckery is here, says, hey, T Quilters from snowy Nebraska. Hit that thumbs up button. Hi, Tom, and welcome. Just saw a notification from you on Facebook, so I was surprised you were already in here. Betsy is in here saying hello, all. Teresa McCormick says, good evening, T, and all of you lovely T Quilters. Jennifer Mizard's here, says, gonna have tea in stereo tonight. Cleopatra video on the TV, and tonight's live on my phone. Hi, everyone. That is too funny. Patricia Corlucio says, hey, T and all T friends. Been watching, just not talking. Hello, and welcome back. I've seen your name before. June Billing says, hi, T and everyone. Cheryl Clute says, hello, T and everyone. Laura Plymier says, hi, T and everyone. Darlene Crosby says, good evening, T and quilting friends. Hope everyone is doing well. Lisa Pegg also, hey, Miss T and everyone. Nice to see you. L. Chime says, yay, T and family. Hoping January was, I'm thinking, good for you. Good to you. So thank you. It was for me. Hopefully the same to you. Maria Mayers here saying hello, T and T Quilters. Hi, Maria. Helen Marie Carter says hello, T and everyone. Hi, Helen. Welcome to the channel. Sandra Agra says hello, everyone from rainy Bay Area, California. Jackie K says hello, T. It's mighty chilly here in Bradford, Canada, in Ontario. Very nice. Hi, Jackie. Cynthia Shades here saying good evening to all from cold Chicago. Elaine Doucette says, thank you, Miss T, for this platform. You're so welcome. It's my pleasure. And Ellen says, I'm here. Cheryl Clute says, thank you, T, for the lovely card. I'm surviving. They take the staples out next week. So I'm so glad of that. I did send out a few cards that I had addresses for some of the T quilters that have been recently ill. Leota Bryant is here, says hi TNT Quilters. Denise Sopatch says hello from Northern Illinois. Hello. Doris O says good evening TNT Quilters. Is everyone enjoying the cold weather? You got that right because we got a lot of snow today. I didn't even look at the news to see how much, but I had to go make a post office run. And I bet you that snow was so heavy, it took me about 15 minutes just to get the snow off the top of my car. So it was a lot of snow to push. Peggy O'Connor is here. She says, hi, T&T Quilters from snowy Florissant, Missouri. Got that right. Sheila Willis says, good evening, T and Quilters. Linda Griffith, hi, T and everyone from wet California. Sin Forrest is here saying, hello, friends. My brother is here, Ray. He says, hi, sis and everyone. Hope everyone's staying safe. And if you got to travel, take your time. Got that right. I'm so glad I don't have anywhere. This was why I quit my job, one of the reasons, due to all of the snow. It takes me about, this type of snow, it would have taken me probably about an hour and 30 minutes or so just to get to work in a normal 40-minute drive. So it's kind of rough when it's a lot of snow here. Most of us work cross town. None of us hardly ever work in our neighborhoods. Tucker is here, says, hey, T and T Quilters. Excited. Bonita Nan says, hello, Miss T and everyone. Hi, Bonita. He says he's excited. Tucker saying he's excited to see all these blocks laughing out loud. Jada Smith says, hi, TNT Quilters. Hope all is well. L.A. Quinn's also here. Welcome back. Says, good evening to all. Susan Martin smiling and waving from Claremont, California. June Billings is saying, hi, Ray. Stay safe, mate. Remo JS, we're almost at the bottom, guys. Says, good evening from Bowie, Maryland. And Lila Digger is here, says, hi, T and everyone. Glad to be here tonight. Hello and welcome. June Billings says to Ellen, to Ellen. Hi, Ellen. Praying for you and your and yours, hon. I'm making sure. It's one of those spam calls out of area. I just want to cut it off, answer it so I can get rid of it. Let's see. I think I read June's. Dolores Belt says, hi, TNT Quilters from Olathe, Kansas. We got snow today, but it did not stay. My blocks are in the mail. That's pretty cool. I'll let you know when they come. Well, you'll see on a live when they come because I haven't emailed anybody yet. Robin Boyd here says, good evening, everyone, and Miss T. Let's see. Carol Green's here, says, hi, T and all. Deborah Quilts is here. Hi, Deborah. That's my friend. She says, hi, TNT Quilters. We have snow over here, too. That's right. So, I just got a few things I want to go over. Mostly it's just going to be the blocks tonight. But I don't know if you all see this stack of fabric right here. Right there. I'm wanting to know if anybody is interested in some homespun. You just need to pay for the shipping. Probably it's going to have to be priority mail. So I forget what the rates of the boxes are, but let's just say you'll have to pay, say, $15 in shipping to get this into like a standard priority mailbox. I'm not sure what size it will fit in, so we're talking about that amount of money for this. If somebody wants that, just let me know in the chat, and I will ship that to you. I got that actually from Deborah. And I was about to put it, I had actually put it into the bag for the girl who makes dog beds. But I thought if somebody wanted to use it instead of it going inside of dog beds, or she could have made covers for the dog bed, that I would offer it up if somebody is interested. Erica Peterson is here. Hey, Erica, I just met Erica within the last week online, and we've been kind of chatting back and forth. So welcome to the chat. It seems like I have lost my chat again. So let me go out and see if my live chat will come back without me having to reboot. Sin says we have heavy rain and wind in San Diego. Scared my poor kitty. Connie says, hi T, have waited today to have some relaxing time and watch your live. Lisa Peg says, send it to Kathleen Champ. I'll send you money. Okay, I don't think I have Kathleen Champ's address, Lisa, so you need to figure that out and then email me the information that I need, and then I'll let you know what the cost is to mail it to her, because I have no idea, since this was like, I pulled this out like 3 minutes before I went live, so I had no intentions of doing that, but I thought, let me just make sure. And thanks, Remo, for reminding everybody to hit that thumbs up. So, next thing, Kevin and I ended up going to, well, we met Betsy at Jackman's because we had to do some exchanges. Betsy was giving Kevin a die. I had some stuff that I had ordered from Teaquilts that needed to be given to Kevin. And then Kevin and I decided to walk around Jackman's. So I was just going to show you some fabric. This piece of fabric actually came from Marshall's Dry Goods. It was kind of like one of those remnants. And she actually cut this the wrong size. It wasn't a remnant. She cut it the wrong size. And then she gave it to Kevin like a remnant price. So we paid like a quarter each or 50 cents or something each. And he just was giving me my part of the cut here. And then when we were in Jackman's, I did buy a piece of fabric. It's I haven't even opened it. It's a panel, and I just thought that it was so different. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but I bought it anyway. It was $9 for this panel, so let me open it so you can see it. In case Betsy want to go back and get one, or Lietta or Peggy. Some of my STL quilters. Let me read the salvage information. It says it's Robert Kaufman. Called Patriots is the name of the design. It feels like it's you see the back, it feels like it could be printed, like digital printed fabric. I don't know, but this is what it is, and you can't even see it all at one time. So I'm going to go over this way and then just show you each row. But I thought this was pretty interesting, and you all know that I love a whole lot of bright colors. So I have no idea at this time what I'm going to do with it. I just bought it. So technically, that's all I bought. And then Kevin, being bad, is buying me fabric. I think he's trying to make up stuff for the live or something. But anyway, they had this fabric that's kind of variegated, and I was kind of looking at them. They were on the clearance table. We love shopping the clearance tables. And this was $5.99 a yard. Let me read the label again. It's Robert Kaufman again, and it's that same feel of digitally printed fabric. I just have a feeling that that's what we're going to be going to, is digitally printed fabric, and that's going to be it. But I really hate that. This one is called Sky by Jennifer Semple. I don't know. But right there is the information. Robert Kaufman. And so it's one of those fabrics that change color. So on this side, you got a lot of purple. And then on this side, you got the purple into orange and yellow. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this. But this was all that was on one of the boats. So Kevin bought it. I didn't even know how much yardage it was. I didn't even realize he had bought that much. And then Kevin bought this piece he thought was interesting. And I probably will use it. You know, I did one of those blocks where I did, like I showed you all last week, where I had made that block and kind of was playing with fabrics in the design. So I think I'm going to add this into that as well. So just thought that I'd share that with you guys. We love to see fabrics. And then I also am going to make a video on this block. While I was talking with Erica, we were looking for things that we could make with the Lemoyne Star die from Teaquilts. And so I did make this block, and so I'm going to go ahead and make a video on this block. And it was so funny because while we were talking on the phone and she was Googling, she came up on one of my blog posts where I was talking about doing something with the Lemoyne Star, and I never did. And so I was telling people in one of my blog posts that you can do a whole lot with it, and I'll come back and show you some of this stuff. And of course, I never came back. And that might have been around the time that I decided I was going to quit blogging altogether. So I am going to have a video up. I'm going to record. I started recording like the cutting today. So, of course, I got to do all the editing. And then I think I'm going to sew it probably either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure yet how long I'm going to be up tonight. But yes. And Bonita says, nice fabric. Erica Peterson says, love it. Gorgeous star. Beautiful star from Carol Green. Is digital fabric not good? That's from Sandra. My thing with digital fabric is you've got so many different levels and so many different variables. And I think a company like Robert Kaufman, yes, you probably will have great digital printed fabrics, but there are going to be other companies where I've been hearing in the long arm groups that they're not so good. And when people are trying to quilt them, you give your quilt top to a long armer and you're entrusting it in our care. And then when we give it back to you, it's got specks in it because of needle deflection when it hits. And it's based on the type of material that they're using, the type of dyes that they're using. So yes and no, it just depends. And as things change, we lose control over that, because eventually if, I have a feeling that even some of our more popular companies, if they find that somebody can do it for cheaper, then they may end up trying that. So you just never know. I'm going to say that Robert Kaufman should be a great company to buy digital prints from, but I'm not saying that they're all going to be good because I've been hearing issues in the long arm groups. Let's see. June is talking to Kim. Darlene says, I like that block and I have that die too. Nice. So yes. So I'm going to talk about that. And I'm even telling you what dyes even work with that kaleidoscope quilt block. And I tend to write that stuff on my die board as well. So I'm going to go over that block. I've already, like I said, this was a test block. And so I picked some more fabric so that I could do, I want to do like a set of 4 and then put those 4 together into a project. So that's my goal. Let's see. Denise says, hello, everyone. My second time here. I still do not have a sewing machine. Oh, that's Dennis, not Denise. Dennis. Hi, Dennis. He was here on New Year's Eve night. Pretty cool. Welcome back. I don't know why I'm just so used to saying female names, but that is Dennis. He was a hoot in the comments, too. And Darcy says, looks 3D almost. Yes, it does. It's kind of weird. And it does have a lot of seams on this block that meets up in the center. And then I'll show you an up close. And a lot of people, they go ahead and put that little circle in the middle, applique a circle, and then that way you cannot see if they messed up their centers or not. Most of the time when you see a circle in the middle, they probably messed it up. So Eric Oda is here. Hey, Eric, and welcome. Deborah Richard says, T, I don't know how you find the time to do everything you do. I don't either. And then I'm trying to, and that's how I got this fabric is I got so much stuff. 2020 was such a busy year. I got stuff everywhere in my house, and I can't figure out. I was trying to clean my kitchen area so I can get it redone. And then it was like I was needing to find places to put stuff. And then it's like I got fabric out from getting fabric from Deborah, from getting fabric from Kevin. I can't remember if I got fabric from anybody else. I'm not sure, but I have so much fabric out that I'm like, you've got to sit down and you've got to sort this stuff. And so the fabric is out. I was selling wood tools, so I got all of that paperwork out. I got long arming for my customers, got all of that stuff out. It was like I was so busy in 2020 that I just didn't even have time to even clean up behind myself. So I'm working on trying to clean up some of these areas. And so instead of just moving it over like I have been doing, it's just moving it to the side or stacking it on the dining room table or something like that. I'm actually going through everything, retouching it, and it's going to a place. If I can't find a place, or like I am sorting the things that I know I want, and then I go put them all up at the same time. But things like this that I was trying to keep because I hate for fabric to go into the trash, but it's like, how much can you keep and how much are you realistically going to use at this point? So I'm trying to let some things go. Let some things go. But I am busy and I do have a lot, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with all of this stuff. And scrapbooking is also another problem because I had a lot of that pulled out because I thought I was going to do Christmas cards, and then I was buying stuff to enhance my Christmas cards. So I got a lot of that out too. So it just keeps growing. So I don't need another craft. Dora says, T, I've made a quilt using that patriotic panel. It came in a kit with the U.S. flag panel. Yes, and I saw they didn't do, I don't know if they did a U.S. flag or not, but they had some patriotic fabrics that went with it. And but they didn't have the star print that I wanted that went with it. So I'll try to find it online, but I'm looking forward to getting that. I like that. Robin saying hello. People are talking to Eric. That's what happens when Eric comes into the room. Kim Burris is here. Hi, Kim. Elaine Doucette says, question mark, the founder of Robert Kaufman passed away yesterday. Now, I did not know that. So thank you for that information. I didn't know that, and so sorry for that. I absolutely did not know that or hear that. And Cheryl saying to Dennis, hello, I'm glad you're here. The Molly J says, cut wide strips may reduce the confusion. Let's see. Graham says, hi, TN, everyone. Betsy says, that is mean that I need to buy more dyes, laughing out loud. Now, that is funny. Now, when I cut, I used studio dyes, except for I did use one Go dye because I didn't have it in the studio. But they do have all of these dyes on the Go side. So when you order, make sure you order the right material for your machine. Yes, I think you beautiful. I know what I'm towing to quilt. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Jackie says, I was smiling a lot when on the Missouri Star Party and so many Teaquilters were on. That was funny. I just happened to be in there because I hardly ever get that kind of stuff. And I was on a break because I don't really haven't, because I'm used to being up at night. I haven't really been sleeping well at night. So I might be up at night moving some stuff around, sorting some stuff, and then I might sleep for a few hours, and then I get back up and I'm back to sorting. So I kind of just put it on while I was sorting some stuff. So that's the only reason I knew that they were on, because I don't even have my phone like that when I'm in the house. So Deborah says, I got a Qnique 15 for Christmas and can't wait to use it. I have to make a topper first. And that's pretty cool. You don't have to make a topper. If you want to just practice, I think the best thing you can do is put on 2 pieces of muslin. Some people don't even put batting in between. And then just use a color thread so you can see your stitches and just practice. You don't need anything. And then you can even use it as put it in the dog bed stuff. Or, it can be the outside bag for a dog bed. So that'll be cool. Just play with it. Yes, T is used to female names. Sometimes she calls me Erica. I have never called you Erica. You need to quit. He needs to quit. Bonita says, did Kevin have anything in mind when he was purchasing fabric? No, it was just because it was on the clearance table, and I think Kevin, he likes certain types of fabric, and it looks like it's a reproduction, and he know that he can use it in a project. Dennis says, I watched some Teaquilts videos and actually bought some fabric. Now that's funny. Inspired to learn more, but honestly have no clue about anything with fabric and have never turned on a sewing machine, laughing out loud. Now that's funny. Kim says, I got my machine back. It's set up and I made a rice bag heating pad and I love it. That's cool. Damali is also reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Let's see. I'm going to skip some of these. Phyllis G is here. Susan T is here saying hi to everyone. Lovely Deja TV says, when sewing, do you fold the fabric once? When sewing, do you fold the fabric once? I don't fold the fabric when I'm sewing. I fold the fabric if I'm going to cut. I fold it, and you can fold it as many times as you are comfortable cutting. Fold it, but the more folds is the more opportunity you have beads, especially if you're needing long pieces. But if I'm cutting something out of scraps and I just want like squares or something, and I will fan fold it if I want to, just to get it out of the scraps if I don't care about saving anything else. But I don't fold normally, so maybe you might need to clarify that question. But hold on to putting it in the box, because I'm probably going to lose some of my comments once I start talking about these blocks, because I do want to get these blocks showed since it's 7:25 already. So this is number 4. I have not even started my list on the computer yet, but this is from Regina out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So we're doing a swap block. I'm asking people to make 24 blocks and send me 23 of them. And also you have to send money for your postage. And this is her mailing back information when I get to that point. And Regina cash apped me her money for return postage, and somebody else did too, but I'll remember it when I open their package, I guess. And I'm only going to show you like 2 or 3 of each person's. Regina has them done in all different types of scraps. I'm just going to show you like 3 of her blocks. Very pretty. Regina has great use of fabrics, putting great fabrics together. I've seen in her previous projects. She does very well with color and value and things like that. Okay. So that's all I'm going to show you from Regina. And the trick is going to be getting this back into the bag. See how that works. These blocks are 9-inch finished. And I have a large box here on my floor that I'm just keeping these hopefully in order, and then I'll take it to my desk and type this information in so I can get you all your packages back. Number 5 is JK out of Ontario, Canada. That's nice. We got a Canadian participating this year. Oh, that's nice. Look like I've got cards for Pamela and Shari. I mailed a package out on Monday, so I'll make sure that I mail another one out as well. I just want to see. I think this is her return stuff. Some people just have a special gift for sharing their hearts in the most amazing ways. For them, it's never about being noticed, for their acts of kindness is simply a reflection of the generous spirit that guides them in everything they do. And it says, thank you for all you do. Smiles and hugs, Jackie K. Oh, that's Jackie. I said JK. She put more money in. I'm just going to say she put 20 in just so we get documentation. And it's because she's Canadian, I think. She says, I want to say thank you so much for all the work you put into your channel. You make us laugh and smile, all the while learning new ways and ideas to quilt. Your big heart reaches us all, and I hope you realize that we all send the love back to you tenfold. I have greatly enjoyed making my swap blocks and can't wait for my return package. I have enclosed 20 US, as I think it will be a bit more to Canada. Okay. And I kind of figured that. But make sure I put all of this back in here so it's documented. I put your cards. I got the envelope over here for cards to Shari and Pamela. Thank you for that as well. Oh my, we got something else in here. I'm going to show her blocks first. Look like her blocks are She got a few different ones, so we'll pull them from the bottom maybe. Then I don't have to take them all out. I think she's got like a few different ones. Most of them are like this, very pretty, and love your fabrics, Jackie. I think I got this dot fabric I haven't used. Here's another one. Ooh, I love this one too. I don't have that one. That's pretty. And I think it's at least one more. Yes. This one here with the dots. So very nice blocks. Thank you for participating. That's the main thing too. Couldn't do it without the participation. And I have not even counted these. I'm not going to do that on video. It would take way too long. And then there's something else in here in Jackie's package. Oh, I hope Kevin get a chance to watch this upload. She says, T and Kevin, I have made you each a scissor protector as a little thank you for all your hard work. Thanks again, Jackie K. But look at that. Isn't that cute? Just gorgeous. And this is how it looks on the back. And it's got different levels. Now that's pretty cool. Look. I'll put some in here so you guys can see them. But that's pretty cool. I just stuck them in one. Okay. So here we go. You can put at least three pairs of scissors in here. That's really nice. Thank you so much, Jackie. You didn't have to, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to put this back in here. Put this in here. So I remember to give it to Kevin. Thank you so much. This box is not open. It's from Sandra Agger. And I think she is not here tonight, or she said she wasn't going to be here, I think. No, that's not Sandra Agger. That's somebody else. That was Angela Stringer. So Sandra is here. I sometimes use my Fisker scissors for paper. Sandra got her box wrapped. I got to work to get in here. And Sandra is out of East Palo Alto, California. Trying to see if I can get in on the corner. Is this open? I don't know. Hold on, let me go across this top. This is a lot of work. I'm getting my exercise in for today. There we go. Put my stuff back up. I have my scissors in a canister right behind my sewing machine, but I stick it all in there. Okay. So, look like she's got her blocks in here. She's got her return information. And these are her blocks. She's got them wrapped so pretty. And I just tear it up. I think all of hers are made from the same material. Very pretty floral fabric. But I just have to show you one block. Very pretty. Very nice. Gorgeous blocks. And she had another package in here. Let me see what else is in here. Okay. I think the last one I did was Jackie's, right? Yeah. Just trying to make sure. Okay. And Sandra could have been the one that has cashed out me her return postage as well. And on here it has a note. It says, Miss T, thank you for the opportunity. I pray you are resting some and taking care of yourself. Peace, Sandy. Very nice. Thank you. Oh, that's pretty. The Fat Quarter Shop has the yardstick box. That's cute. So you can see the numbers going around the box here. That's cute. And then a little mug rug. Very nice. Well, thank you. That's cute. And it's crazy quilted. A little crazy quilt block. Well, thank you, Sandra. I'm going to put this in here so I'll know that you sent that. But thank you so much. So when I get to my computer, I can send you a proper thank you note. Next up, number 7 is Tucker. Hey, Tucker. And let's see. Note here. Money and clothes. He's got a note. Let me make sure we know what's going on. Return information. Hey, T, I just wanted to say thank you for coordinating yet another wonderful block swap. I also gave you 5 extras so you and Kevin can get something to eat. Laughing out loud. Well, thank you, Tucker. That's funny. And the money that's included, for those that don't know what's going on, is it's for any expenses that we have to incur for labeling, for returning, as well as if we have to buy any additional things like we did on a previous swap. So that's why I'm having them include money. So therefore your return postage. So in any block swapping incidentals. So this is one of his blocks, and Tucker is out of Pennsylvania. Very nice. Manchester, Pennsylvania. So that's one set of his blocks. And like I said, I'm not counting right now. I'm just showing you all blocks. I'll count them, and Kevin and I will count them later or something. Or maybe I'll count them when I get to my computer. Very pretty. I like this fabric too. Very nice. It's got hearts in it. Another set. He did 4 different sets of blocks. And this is the last one. Love that fabric. It's like in different colorways. So thank you, Tucker. Appreciate that. Yeah, last time Kevin and I swapped, we swapped from like 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. So we will most definitely have some food. I'll be coming in with food. We'll probably swap at Kevin's house like we did before since he's got more space. Yeah. Next up, number 8 is Betsy out of St. Louis, St. Louis, Missouri. She put her money in. She's local and put in way too much money. And I think all of hers are the same, so I just have to show you one block. We'll just pull it off the top. She's got very pretty writing on it. So this is Betsy's. She's got I don't know if they're paw prints. They look like some kind of Bigfoot print. That is funny. What type of footprint is that? That's nice. Thank you, Betsy, for participating. She was the lady that met us at Jackman's. So that's how I got hers. And let's see. 9. I think we go up to 11, guys. So we're on number 9 now. This is Laura Plymere out of Mechanicsville, Maryland. I think she put a return envelope. she also put information in for her return and also swap money and her blocks. So I'm looking at them. It looks like they're all made with the same fabric, which is great. You don't, if you're participating in this, you don't have to make these in different fabrics. I want you to use what you have at home. So if you don't have enough yardage to make all of them out of the same fabric, then you can most definitely make a set of blocks out of some fabric until that fabric is no longer being able to be used. But you can use different fabrics. But you got to remember, we're swapping blocks and each person is getting one of your blocks. So it doesn't matter how many different colorways you make because one block is going to each person. And then in return, you're going to get back 23 blocks from somebody else. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Laura. I got her return in here. She even included an envelope. And most of these are just going to be returned back in priority mail envelopes when you get them back. So that was 9. This is number 10 from Vivian Calvi. Hey, Vivian, I saw you out there tonight. A lot of you all are saying comments about blocks, and I'm just not going to read those. I'm just trying to get through it so we can see them all. And then I'll come back and chat with you all for our final minutes. Answer any questions. I know I had one lady asking questions about folding fabric, and so maybe we can get some clarity on that. Okay. And Vivian is out of Elberton, Georgia. And she has return envelope inside as well. Vivian is too cute. Stuff is falling out of here. Let's see. Return envelope is in here. And card, she says, for Teajuana and Kevin. And then she's got her return information. So I'm going to start putting back in the box what I don't need. And look like she made her scrappy as well. So I'm just going to take a stack and show you one stack. She's got so many different color blocks in here. So I'll just show you one of her stacks. Very pretty. So the intent with this was that if you have 24 blocks, you can do a setting of 4 by 6, 4 blocks across, 6 rows down. And by the time you add some sashing or something like that, you should have a pretty good size quilt. So I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not counting blocks here on the live. I'll do all of that later. I'm just putting everything back into the bags. I'm going to put this one in here as well. Well, I'm going to have to put everything back in here because I got the number on there. So let's see what she says in this note here. Very pretty front. She is too much. Have lunch on me. Thank you for all you do, Vivian Calvi. And she's got two 20s in there, one for me and one for Kevin. So, and then she also, being Miss Vivian, she includes gifts. She's got palm oil, coconut oil, olive oil, and castor oil in this soap. And then she's got 2 oatmeal milk and honeys that's got palm oil, coconut oil, olive oil, and castor oil in it. And I'll also share this with Kevin as well. But thank you, Vivian. You know you don't have to, but it's greatly appreciated. And thank you so much. So she's got money back for her return postage, and then extra for whatever for me and Kevin to have lunch. And somebody else did that too through one of our live chats. And so I'm going. They did a super chat, and so I'm gonna be a couple of times. But I will be bringing food to Kevin's house when we swap, so that'll help too. I'll be stopping at some restaurant and bringing some stuff. All right, last box here is from Carla Ford. She also has, I'll talk about her blocks first. She put 20 in for her blocks, and she doesn't have return information. This is why I put stuff back in the box. When you swap, make sure you put something inside that has your name on a piece of paper. That way I'm not trying to put this whole box up on top of my small desk, because I need to make sure that I can type in so I can get your return shipping information put through. I'm going to be shipping everything through to PayPal. And all of her blocks are the same. Very pretty fabric. I know Regina's going to love this. Very pretty fabric. And I thought this was white. This is actually gray. When she showed it to us on the, we were in a Zoom chat, I thought this was gray, but this is really pretty. Thank you, Carla, for participating. Thank you for the extra funds. I'll have to write all of that down, keep track of it later, so I know what I owe Kevin. Okay. And I got to put this back in the box. But Carla also asked during the Zoom if, I think I'm just going to end up maybe giving this to Deborah so I don't have to mail it. She had one of those extra, they sent this, give you this book free when you buy a Go Cube. So whenever you buy the Go Cube, they give you this for free. And she had bought a couple of cubes, and so she had 2 books and didn't need 2 books. So she asked me if I wanted to give this to somebody. So I think I'm just going to give this to Deborah. And it's shows you what you need to cut from a cube. And then anything Deborah needs, she can borrow from me if she doesn't have it. But Deborah's the one that I had bought the Go Baby with the dies from the marketplace. I gave that to her for her Christmas, and her birthday is in February. So it was like a combination Christmas and birthday present. So I'm going to give her this because it has some traditional blocks, and she's got a couple of dies that she can probably make some of these blocks with. So I'm going to give this to her. She's the one that also donated this fabric. So thank you, Carla. Appreciate that. And I'm just going to put this in here so it'll remind me that Carla sent that book. All right, so I'm done. Let me put this big box in the back here, get everything in order. All right. This is Vivian. I need to put this back in there too. Only thing that I kept out was my scissor thing. Okay, so let's see. Woo! My comments, my live chat disappeared again. Don't tell me I'm going to have to reboot. Come on, please work. It's not going to work. It is just fooling. Which means I'm going to have to reboot. So no need in delaying it. Just go ahead and get it started, right? So thank you, everybody that's participated so far. Remember, the deadline for your blocks is March 31st that I need to receive them by. So I need to have them by March 31st. With Kevin working, it's like whenever he has the next available date open, it could be April 1st, it could be April 10th. That's when we're going to swap. So I'm not going to wait around looking for your blocks. Last time we had a couple of people, blocks, they were mailed late, and so then I received them later, and then I had one person whose blocks had come so late due to the post office. It wasn't her fault they came that late. She mailed them late, but I didn't get her blocks until like another week after we had already swapped. And so she sent all of those blocks to me that I had to send back to her unswapped. And I think I sent her one of my blocks and took one of her blocks just so that she could have, so that I could at least include her in my quilt. So I felt really bad for that. So if you can, I just recommend that people get your blocks done early. Also, we're at number 11 right now. Kevin and I have made 30 blocks. So right now, we're looking at the first 30 people will get our blocks. We may or may not make additional blocks. It just depends on how many blocks we get. If we get like 35 people total that participate, we might make another 5 blocks. If we get 70 people that participate, we're not making another 40 blocks. So just keep that in mind. And I have no control over how many people participate. I have no idea how many people are going to participate because there is no sign up. It's just make sure your blocks are in by March 31st. So let's see. I think I'm back on here. Goodness gracious. The stuff I got to go through. Carla says, sorry, T, I will mail it to you, T. That's okay. I'm going to take it off of the box. I'll just take it off the box. I know we all get so excited about we got our stuff done that we don't even think about the paperwork we need to include with it. So that's why a lot of people have an envelope or a card or a piece of paper that they end up putting their return info back on. And so then I can just take that paper, put it on a little clip at my desktop, and then I can just go ahead and type your information in for mailing. But people done great job with the blocks. It's amazing how when I look at these blocks, I only had one fabric of the fabrics that I did look at. I only had one of those fabrics, and that was that black with the color pin dots on it. So that's pretty interesting when you start looking at people's blocks and fabrics. You know, you think you got every fabric in the world, and then you realize, no, you don't. So a lot of people are saying the blocks are pretty and all of that. Thanks, T. I will deliver my blocks to you as soon as the snow clears. That's fine. And if I come on that side of town too, I'll let you know. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably, you know what, Deborah, I'll contact you because I'm going to be at SLU on Friday. I'm going to be on Grand. So let's see. Thank you, Darlene Praying. She says, oh, by her blocks. They too funny. Yeah, because Carla was like, I'm just not going to participate. My blocks are not right. I'm like, long as your blocks are anywhere between 9 1/4 and 9 3/4. So you got a half inch to mess it up, so to speak. If they're within that half inch, then they're swappable. But otherwise, they're not. If they're bigger than that, then they won't be swapped. Darlene says, I sent pants back to Wrangler and forgot to include the return slip. Oh, well, that is funny. Now, they should know from the outside. Hopefully, they do mark it if they see it. Dee Dee Hansen is here, says she's from Michigan. Hey, Dee Dee, and welcome. Vivian says, Ellen, get my email from T. Nisima says, I'm working on mine, but I am having a hard time with my flying geese. Oh, so she's having a hard time with the flying geese. I don't know what technique you're using, but email me and I'll see if I can help you with that, or email me some pictures and let me see what they look like. That's about the best that I can do when I don't see it. See, Rax is here, says, T, come get my blocks. Houston, Texas. Oh, my goodness. Can't do that. Then it says, oh, my darling, those jeans are pricey. Yes. Darcy says, T, do you have a video about the block swap? Yes, I do. If you're looking for information on that, all you got to do is when you're on YouTube, in the YouTube search box, put in Teaquilts, and it's called the Evening Star Swap Block, I think. I think that's Evening Star Album Swap Block is what it's called. But anytime you put the Evening Star and say Swap Blocks with Teaquilts, it should come up. I did a standalone video. I can't remember how many minutes it was. In the end of December, I think. Heather says, how long have you been quilting, T? I have been quilting since 1984, but I also sewed. I started sewing in 1986. I used to make all my clothing at one point. And I guess I can go out here and see if I can find you a link. I'm going to have to close out of here. Hopefully they won't kick me out. See if I can find the... See if I can find the video, make it easier for you. Because I also did it on a live. And the live was a couple of hours. It was on one of my Saturday chats. So let me go in and get you the link. I'll put it here. You can cut and paste it. And then you can use it later. Okay. And hopefully I can get back in here. Paste. And say go. Okay, so I put the link there. That's the video where I am talking about or showing you even how to piece the blocks. And also, it gives you a link in the description and a pinned comment about where you can go get the cutting instructions. And then I also have the rules for the swap there as well. So please remember to read the rules and follow the rules. And Ellen is saying, wow, that's good on your sewing. I don't know which sewing she's talking about. Talking about doing the swap blocks. Dorothy says, thank you. You're welcome. So if anybody else needs that, you can just copy that link and paste it into a new tab window, internet window, and then you can go look at it later. Dennis says, is your real name Tia? Is it a nickname? People would always call me T. And so I have done variations of Tia and tea, as in a tea that you drink, because I have done different license plates with that type of information on it, personalized plates. So it's a nickname. And as Diane says, my real name is Teajuana. It's just spelled a little different than Mexico. But that's what I'm actually named after. That's where my father was stationed when I was actually born. He was in the Army. T, what is the name of the AccuQuilt block die that you showed in the beginning? Okay, that is not a block die. It's a combination of dies. And as I said, I'm actually recording a video on that. And so it'll be coming out. But it's the main piece of it is the kaleidoscope die. I don't have it in here. It's actually in my long arm room where my studio cutter is. And then in addition to that, for this particular block, I am also using a half square triangle, 3-inch finished, and quarter square triangle, 3-inch finish. And you should already have those two dies. So you just need the kaleidoscope. But also in conjunction with that kaleidoscope is that they have an isosceles triangle that goes with it as well. And I don't know those numbers or anything like that. And there's one other piece. Oh, well, you can just use a 3-inch square too, can go with that, a 3-inch square. So any of your 3-inch finish dies will work with that. And then also isosceles triangles will work with that. I'm trying to think, did I tell you all of them? And the square. Okay. So, and I talk about that in the video that I just recorded right before I did the cutting. I did that right before I went live. And so I'm going to be hopefully sewing on some of that tonight. It just depends on what's going on. And then I'll try to get a video uploaded on that so you all can know. But I do know that Teaquilts been running some specials where they had 25% off some stuff that they didn't tell us. They always do special stuff whenever they do their live videos. They give different codes. So today I think it was Go Team and they had 25% off. Heather says, can you tell me how to, wait a minute, let me go back because I'm missing some stuff. Diane says, I have been sewing since I was 5 years old. What kind of simple sewing machine would you suggest for a simpleton like myself? You know, a lot of, it depends on, do you think you're going to need some help with it? If you think that you can read some basic instructions, then I would just go to one of my department stores and just buy a cheap machine. Just know when you buy a cheap machine that that's something that's disposable. If you think that you're really going to get into quilting, then I would recommend going to one of your local quilt stores and just buying an entry-level machine. And that's kind of dangerous because when you go to your quilt places, they're mostly trying to sell you high-end sewing machines. But when you go and buy machines at those places, they do have low-end machines. Just tell them that you're a beginner, you just want to get started, you're just interested in, seeing where this take you, you're new. Insist on them showing you some other machines. The reason why I like for people to go to those places and buy machines, though, is because you'll have support. If you need to know how to do something on that machine, you can go to the store. They got it in the store, and they can show you how to work on it. Now, it's going to cost you a little bit more money than if you bought a machine at Walmart or something like that. So just keep that in mind. But if you just want to get started, you're pretty good with directions, you can just buy a disposable machine that probably will last you a couple years or something. And then it's going to be a mess, and it's going to cost you more to fix it than it's worth. And then that's when you go to your next machine. But at least you bought something at a reasonable price to get started than spending a lot of money buying a machine at 500 or more. And I'm going to say more because when you figure out, once you quilted and started figuring out what it is that you want, there are going to be certain features that you might like to have on a sewing machine, like needle up and down, or a knee lift, or does it have an automatic needle threader, things like that. So those things cost more money depending on the type of feet you want to put on the machine, all of that stuff. So I never tell anybody what type of machine to get. You need to figure that out for yourself. I will say just don't buy a Singer because nobody really wants to be bothered with Singer right now, even though they're owned by Husqvarna Viking and Foff. I think Foff. Yeah, Foff. And but they don't really want to service them. And then you have to send them out and things like that. So just don't buy an entry-level Singer because it's really not going to get serviced anywhere. Let me go back. Heather says, can you tell me how to quilt a checker block on the triple Irish chain quilt? Stop stretching out sideways as I'm sewing in the ditch. She says, I get every square is out of alignment and it looks terrible. And I'm wondering if you've got, when you are quilting, sometimes your stitch length, I don't know if you increased your stitch length, you can't use what you would normally piece with because it's too tight. I would say something that's at least 3.0 stitch length or higher on electronic machines. And so you need to increase that a lot. Make sure that you're using a walking foot. Now, for me, on my old Singers, when I used to quilt on my home machines, I found that the walking foot just gave me puckers instead of taking the stuff out. So I'm not a true fan of them. I have not even tried the Bernina stitch regulator yet. But you just got to figure out how you're going to do it with your quilt. And then it also could be how you basted it. When you put your back out, did you pull the back so tight, like when you opened it out, was it so tight, like a drum? You can't pull it that type of tautness because then when you let it go, it's going to go back in, and then it's going to pull your top in as well. So it could be a combination of things, and without me seeing it, I really can't help you with that. Erica says that the kaleidoscope die, she's giving you all the numbers there, coordinates with the triangle isosceles, and she's giving you studio numbers. Remember that these dies are also available on the Go side as well. So you just need to search for that name and the sizes. And then she also forgot to add the squares, because you can also use the squares with that as well. Now, some of them, depending on how you piece, you're going to be doing set-in seams. And some of them, depends on how you piece, you can do all straight seams. So just be careful on what you're doing with it. And I found some other stuff, and maybe I'll add it at the end of my video, just give you some pictures of blocks and things that you can also do with that, because as Eric and I were talking, we realized that there wasn't a lot of information out online about that particular die. And when I first got it, I was all gun-ho, and I just cut a lot of pieces, and so I was just playing with stuff, but then I never sold them up, and so I forgot even what I had in mind for it. But I did go back and at least make a block. So thank you, Erica, for that, for making me pull it out, because I had told Kevin last year that my goal for this year is I have been getting a lot of these Teaquilts dies because you all have been using my links, and so I have been getting a lot of dies so that I can start using these dies that I have never put a video out on. I'm going to be just showing you all stuff. And then this block, where is it? This block, I would give you cutting instructions for, but you would need a template for this, because this is one of those weird shapes, and it is a symmetrical shape, and I'm just not sure if it's I have to measure out the degree on this and see what it is. And right now my brain's not working right, so I'm not going to even start trying to do numbers for you guys. But basically, you're dividing 16 into 360, something like that. Russia says we're almost done, so remember to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Darcy. And I am over trying to read some of the comments here. Just want to make sure that people got questions, that they get answers to those. Remo says, I have been sewing since I was 14 and hand quilting since I was 5 and machine quilting since 2016. Larissa is here. Ellie Scrapper says, evening tea, everyone. Just woke up from a nap and overslept. That's all right. You must have needed it, girl. When I was 5 years old, I was sewing by hands, and when I was 12, I started with sewing machines. Angela says, good evening, TNT Quilter. She's coming in here late. How was your program? Elaine says, Walmart Singer, $200 is a workhorse. Elaine says, and it's ready out the box. Yeah, you can get a cheap Singer. Just know that you're going to be throwing it in the trash. Like, if this is your first machine, whenever you have an issue with it, don't even try to get it repaired, because just taking the machines into the shop to get repaired, it's like $100 start plus your your expenses. So they're not cheap it's not cheap to get a machine worked on. So just be aware of that. Sue says, hold on. Diane says, Dennis, I have used lots of machines. Janome was the most reliable and easiest machine I have ever used. And I can also say that about Baby Lock. I have had 2 Baby Locks, and none of them have gone in, not even for needle threaders. No, nothing. I do basic oil changes, and then about every 2 years, when I feel guilty, I take them in so they can do a professional cleaning or something. But I will say that my Baby Locks are very easy machines, and they do the job. And especially on machine embroidery, it's just very straightforward with that. Remo says, I agree. If a Joanne store has a Viking gallery, they will show you how to quirk Singer machines. Now, that depends on the Joannes. Not all of them are willing to do that, because you're actually buying that machine from Joanne's, not that shop that's inside of the store. So it just depends. Carla Wilson's is here saying good evening. Brother CS6000i is a great beginner machine. And too, Dennis, you can also, another thing that probably would be even better is to look in Facebook Marketplace. You can find old Singer sewing machines for like 75 bucks or less, and they're all metal and they're very easy to work with, and places will do those because back then most of the machines were all kind of made the same, and all of the parts are mostly universal parts. So I would almost do that, but when you buy it, just make sure from the person that um, they have the parts and that it works. Just make sure that you ask them if it works, because as long as it's working, then you'll be okay. You can go online and get manuals for just about any machine, so they don't even have to have the original manuals, but most of those people do because they're just relatives that have passed, and now they're just getting rid of the old stuff. So you can get like 75 bucks or less. You can get an old metal sewing machine. That probably would be even better. Um, let's see. If you're looking for something cheap, oh, that's even what Ellen was saying. Okay, but yeah, so do that instead. Get a used machine off the marketplace. Most of the time, they just need to be oiled and a quick clean because they haven't been used in years, and the books will tell you how to do that. Josh says that is what I did, Dennis. My first machine was $200. I used it till it burned out the motor. It worked very well. Sue says the vintage singers are very easy to service yourself. Vicky says my new baby liked jazz too. Had to be sent back. Wouldn't sew at all. Now see what I'm saying? But at least when you bought it hopefully from a local store, and that's why I recommend buying from a local store, because if it's a new machine cutting up, you got so many times that you take that machine in and they have to give you a new machine. So you just need to when you're getting your real machine, I would recommend staying with a place like that. uh Hold on. Carla Wilson saying hi everyone and saying me too. Heather says first one was a second hand for about $200. It was a Impizo. I don't know what that is, and that was 51 years ago. I never heard of that name. And Dennis saying to Sue, this is my thinking too. Something old and something simple, tried and true. Yes, that would be my suggestion, because I go on my Facebook Marketplace all the time and see a lot of the old 100% metal sewing machines, which are the best machines. You just got to oil them. I love them. Hold on. Look like Heather sent the $5 super chat. Thank you, Heather. That's really sweet. Kevin the Quilter is here. Hey, Kevin. He says, I'm on the ground in Salt Lake City, catching a glimpse of our Miss T. Evening T Quilters, have fun doing live for me. Well, you got to come back or call me later because you got some prizes. Darcy says, my new favorite on mine is needle threader and thread cutter. Yeah. Now, see, I like my needle threader. I don't use the thread cutter a lot because I chain piece. But on this Bernina, at the end of the day, I used to would leave something on my machine, and now I just leave it blank. You can't even see it because I got all this fabric here. I don't even put a piece on there because every time I come back, I've got to oil it because it's an oil guzzler. It loves oil. Otherwise, it sews very loud. So I don't even keep it, but I normally don't even use a thread cutter. And Erica says, you're welcome. Erica says, I use a 4-point when I quilt. Robin Boyd's here saying hello. Elizabeth Hammond sent the heart. Hey, girl. That's Deborah's daughter. Carla Wilson's reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up. Heather says, I hate the walking foot and I pin every 2-inch block and it's still doing it sideways. So that's kind of weird. And I'm almost thinking if your back was pulled too tight when you went to baste it. And you might do better with using some basting spray if you're having that kind of problem going diagonally too. All right. Let's see. Erica gave me a number. So it's 22 degrees, 22.5 degree when you have 16 pieces. And so this is one of those shapes that's kind of very difficult to draw out. But I'll try to see what I can come up with if I can just cut one out of paper maybe and just trace around it and put it onto a form, and you'll just be as close as you can get. And then if those that want to do the block, you can use the shape by making your own template. Thank you, Erica. Claudette Bettis is here, says hi, T and everyone. Hey, Claudette, welcome. My brother says good night, sis, and everyone stay safe. Bye. I'm over. He says I'm out of here. Heather says I will post a photo so you can see what I mean about the block. Okay, that'll be great. And you can, I think, are you in Facebook group? Because I don't think you can post photos on YouTube. Carla says I just started using my Topaz 30 Viking. Heather says that she's sorry. I mean, I will post on Facebook. That's great. I'm so late in the comments. It's like 5 minutes of my real life. Y'all got 50 comments or more. I'm so behind. I'm not going to read any more sewing machine suggestions because there is a lot. Everybody has their own personal preference. And that's what Darcy says. I bet Dennis didn't think he would get this many answers. You got that right. Everybody loves their own machine. And the funny thing is, I never recommend my own machines. I recommend that people figure it out for themselves. They ask me what I'm using. I tell them what I'm using. I just wouldn't tell a new person to go out and buy any of my machines because most of my machines are high-end machines. And I'm not into somebody spending $5,000 plus to get a sewing machine just to start. And now what I paid, what was $5,000 when this was first bought, it's not even $5,000 anymore. It's like $13,000, $15,000. So it's ridiculous. So I wouldn't tell anybody that. And Eric goes, Dennis, we warned you. This is a group that likes to help, so we'll get a lot of it when you ask. Great idea. The same color fabric lady from machine. Oh, from she's talking about the Mechanics Maryland, the fabric choices. So she's Damali is watching some of the old stuff. Okay. Dennis, you will find machine and it's fun from there on out. Yeah, and that's why just get what you see. That's all I can say. And just make sure when you contact them on the marketplace that does it work. And they'll let you know. Most of them are sewers that are getting rid of extra machines or somebody in the family passed. But most of the time, those machines work. Heather says, I like to pay when I get something given to me, and your advice is prices. Well, thank you. That's so nice. Vicky says, no, it came through mail. There's no one in Michigan who carries them. I don't know who she's talking to. That's Carla says, I love the way it sews, too. They talking about machines. Welcome to Lynette Williams. She's giving machine advice. And she says that she's looking forward to working on my just purchased pre-owned 2006 Gamma Optimum Plus. I'm just excited. And that is one of the best machines. You know, the old Gammos are still out here. People have just upgraded or they've even added computerized sewing to them. And I think the regular Gamma, you couldn't add that too. I think that's the only one that can't be added. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That is awesome. Sheila saying good night to everybody. Good night, Sheila. Dora says good night, everyone. See you all Saturday. Stay warm. Dennis says 5,000 for a sewing machine. What? Yes. This machine, when it was first out, I want to say it was like this was probably 8,000. They had a model before it, and I can't remember the name of it. It was silver. I can't remember the name of that machine. This is the Lissimo. It was I want to say 8,000, and the one before that was 5,000. So yeah. Lucky for me, I bought this from well, not lucky in a way. I actually bought this machine from my friend's family. She passed away, and then I was helping them with getting rid of her quilting estate part. And so I sold all of her sewing machines and I kept this one for myself. And I bought it from the family. So it was like members of my quilting group. We ended up buying all of her machines. Deborah bought the long arm. I bought the Lissimo. Another friend bought her Bernina. And they kept like a baby lock because they wanted to keep it for one of her grandchildren. But yeah. Heather says, no tea. It was laid on gentle on the top on that. I did have to press the back before pinning. Okay, so she didn't pull it tight. Okay. And Eric's trying to make Dennis pass out. Some machines run 15,000. Erica says, she's talking to her. I'm gonna skip when people are talking to each other. Okay, I'm almost at the bottom. Thank goodness. Heather says, I have a 200 for workshops. Now, hubby uses it for his first lot of sewing. Now, that's pretty cool. Carla Wilson saying good night to everybody. Then it says, how does everyone sew enough to pay off a sewing machine? One could buy a car for that price of the sewing machine. Shake my head. Yes, and you haven't even gotten into computerized long arm quilting machines. It's really ridiculous. That is a car. Yeah, and I even have a long arm, and I don't even advertise. I don't work like a full-time long arm quilter, and that's because I do other things. I like doing the YouTube videos and things like that. And my main business is quilt lectures and workshops, which I can't do right now. So I don't even advertise my long arm business as much. I just do it for people that are in my groups or people that heard of me word of mouth. I don't even advertise that I have openings or anything like that. And I even I took off half of December and the whole month of January. I haven't quilted a quilt. Now, I've already been meeting with people and I've got quilts lined up ready to go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 quilts already in my possession. I got one lady I'm meeting Friday wants me to make 3 t-shirt quilts. So my life is about to get hectic again. So I'm trying to clean out some of these spaces that I know I'm going to be needing to use. And so, yeah, I'm going to be back busier than ever after taking this time off of long arm quilting. I took off of long arm quilting and making t-shirts. So I haven't made any t-shirts or done any long arm quilting since I took off in mid-December. Yep. If you're spending $5,000 plus on a sewing machine, save your money and buy a long arm. Deborah Krill says Elissimo Gold. I believe the Elegante came out before. Yes, thank you. That's it. And it was silver instead of the gold color that they got on this. And then they came out with this. And the reason why this came out so fast after that Elegante was because this one had the computerized hookups where they were claiming that this was going to be the last machine you ever had to buy because they could do all the computer upgrades. Well, they, of course, want to continue to make money, so they changed that real quick. So, but thank you for that. You are absolutely correct, Sue. Thank you, thank you. I didn't buy that machine, but I had a friend that did. So that's how I knew it. And she had bought it like 1 month and they came out with this the next month. So she ended up trading it. They gave her all of her money back on the Elegante and she traded up to the Lissimo. So that's it. I did get to hear from Cliff about Shari. And let's see what he said because I can't remember now. He did say that I could share whatever he gave me because I don't like to put people's information out on social media. But he did say that I could share January 22nd. Said, hope you're doing well. Shari's vitals have been slowly improving. They have also remained steady. She hasn't had any additional heart problems. The IV steroids have begun to help the MS flare up. And that was one of the things she went in for too, I think. She said the latest COVID tests have been improving. The medications they're using is helpful. So she got that while she was in the hospital. As for the flu, the antibiotic or slowly helping. Unfortunately, she has an additional fluid on the lungs with her in a medical induced coma. Coughing isn't happening. Not sure how they plan to remove the fluid on her lungs. I asked the nurse and waiting on the doctor. And then the infection on her knee has improved and no longer shows signs of sepsis. And that's what she went in for, was to have knee surgery, and then all this other stuff started happening as sometimes when you have surgery, you might end up with a stroke, and then it starts to cause your body to have other types of issues and stuff. So he says that he will try to update once he receives a call from the doctor, and says, please feel free to share. If you have any additional questions, feel free to ask. So that's the one that sounds like she's got a slight improvement in her medical status. So that's really good, because it was very dire there for a long time. Shari has been hospitalized for a long time, and I want to say like late summer, early fall. So it's been a long time. So just keep praying for them. Pamela responded, said she got her second batch of cards as well. I think I read her information last week. And I sent out another batch of cards this week, and then I'll also be sending out another batch of cards maybe Friday if I go to the post office, because I'm going a little bit more frequent now because I'm looking for blocks and stuff. So I tend to go to the post office on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, alrighty. Let's see. I think that's it. Let me make sure nothing else is in chat asking me anything. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end here. I didn't see anybody asking me anything in particular. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. So good night, everybody. Continue to stay safe and stay blessed. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody. I see some. Okay, that's Eric talking to somebody else. Okay. All right, so that was Helena saying,